Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and I make videos mainly about hand sewing and English paper piecing. And today I'm here to share with you all of this little gallery wall that I've created behind me with a strong theme of sort of patchwork, embroideries, needle crafts, let's say. This area, well, the whole of my living space really, the living room, was just plain walls, grey walls, and I thought I really want to inject a little bit of personality and colour, but I don't have a massive amount of finished objects that I could display, so I've created a few focal points, and then I've actually found the rest either at car boots or charity shops, and I'll go through those with you when we go through the video. But I also wanted to share with you in this video that if you as well love patchwork and embroideries, they don't necessarily have to be massive pieces. You don't have to create huge works, quilts, double-sized quilts, king-size quilts. You can just make really beautiful small pieces that you can put on display, and before you know it, your whole home will be filled with patchwork. And what better way to display all of that beautiful fabric that we pay so much for than putting it on the wall where you can look at it every day. So I'm actually kneeling on the floor here in front of my radiator, so I'm going to get up and I'll show you the bits and pieces. I'll talk about what I've made, what I purchased, where from and how much. So let's get into it. So the first piece that I finished was this beautiful Liberty lamp, and this is what it looks like turned on. I have a video on how I created this. It's a very simple and easy no-sew method, and is a really great way just to upcycle some of your old furnishings that you've got. I've got this beautiful fairy which actually belonged to my nan, so I've just got that there next to my lamp. I then purchased this frame from a car boot sale. It was £1 for the frame, but it is only plastic. It looks more ornate than it is. And in the frame is actually a scrap of fabric that I purchased at the Festival of Quilts, and I just love the fabric. I thought there's no way that I want to cut that fabric up, so I've put it there in a frame. Here behind as the main focal point, I've got a tapestry which was purchased for £12 in an antique store. It came with the frame. The frame is lovely and heavy, and it's been professionally framed as well. And what I often find with professional framing that it's anti-glare glass, so it doesn't look like there's any glass there, which I really like. Then next to it, and also a little bit behind, I have this antique letter rack which was £5 from an antique shop. It's got some beautiful ornate details on it, and there was actually a space for a photo, so I've added some leftover blocks. These were left over from the main wall hanging, which is centred on this piece, so I thought it just ties in really nicely, and it's a great way to use up any of those orphan blocks that you've got. Now moving along, my sister did actually buy me this little porcelain hanging flower. I do want to put it on the wall. I'll probably take the ribbon off and just hang it from there, but I'm not sure on the ideal positioning at the moment. And then from the same antique shop, I bought a pair of these clip frames here. These was £11 for the pair, teddy bear not included. Also another one of my nan's little pewter ornaments. I created this tiny little English paper pieced patchwork and then just put it in a frame. This was £2 from the antique shop, but it's just plastic. If I'd have thought about it, it slips out at the back, but if I'd have thought about it and tried to plan out the sizes more, I would have done one piece in here and another piece in there, but I wanted to do it 1/2 inch squares, and I just couldn't get the dimensions to match up. And then this is what the frames look like. They're just a freestanding frame, which I thought is great just to change something out seasonally. And for this one, again, this was just one block that I've made. It was hand pieced together with Liberty Tarna lawn. And then I've just added a tiny bit of quilting and just did a self-binding. Now inside here is craft foam, not the quilting foam. You know, the stuff that you find in the kids crafting section along with the felt, that type of foam. And it, as you can see, creates something that's really nice and stiff. It's not too floppy when you're hanging it here on the hanger, but it's affordable and a little bit easier to quilt through. And then just moving along, we've got a beautiful art print here. This is by a wonderful business called Fibre Valley Arts on Etsy. And this was an A5 postcard rather than an art print because that keeps costs down. And then this little corner has to be my favourite. So here we've got a beautiful embroidery from what's it called? I can't think of it, it'll come to me, but you'll all know. I bought this, including the frame, £2 from a car boot sale, but the top of the frame was cracked, so I've simply just super glued it together. We've got another pewter bear. This is a beautiful coaster that was gifted to me from a swap that was organised over on Instagram. And then here we've got another one of the frames. It wasn't quite tall enough, so I've just rested it on a little pot. And this was a needle turn applique project that I've done recently with some fabric that I purchased from Rose Garden Patchwork. Her fabrics are absolutely adorable if you haven't already seen her work. We've got a little vase here that was 50p from the charity shop. And then I've got this really nice, delicate, detailed plant pot. Oh, I don't remember it having that tarnish there, but I do need to put an artificial plant in here. It won't get a lot of light where it is, so it will need to be an artificial plant, I think. And then just down here is where my peg bag lives. This is a peg bag that I made in the summer. It's made using the quilting foam, the same as this one I did with the quilting foam, and it's just a quilt as you go type of pattern. On the back is just plain, but I have got the quilting lines, and then I actually cut down an adult size hanger because I know that you can do children's size hangers, and that just sits there because my patio doors are just to the side here. So just moving up the rest of the wall now, we've got a really cute illustration of, not of my dog, but looks very similar to my dog. My sister bought me this for Christmas. I think it was actually my birthday, but you can see what I mean, the difference in the glass there. Then this piece here was the piece that inspired me to actually put some of my own patchwork up here. This is Tilda fabric, and it is actually some of my favourite fabric that I've got in my stash. So much so that I didn't actually want to use the fabric. So I thought, what a great way to honour the fabric than to use it in something that I can look at every single day. Moving across this way, another frame from the car boot sale, just £1, and that was actually Christmas cards that I purchased in the charity shop. I just loved it with all the patchwork and the pink bits and pieces. And then here is the wall hanging that I completed in the last video with some lovely free motion quilting. If you'd like to see some more details on that, I will leave the link to the video for you. But I actually just hung that up with command strips, so don't kill me on that one. And then just at the top there, next to the Christmas card, I think we've got room for something else, maybe a slightly taller piece, just to balance out that area. And just coming back across this way, above the lamp and the tapestry, we've got a lovely piece of artwork. And again, this is from Fibre Valley Arts. And I just love all of the patchwork and the knitting in the picture. Isn't that just so cosy? Don't you want to just be there? And I've got this really cute mouse. I thought she can sit on the top. And then from a charity shop, I bought this beautiful cross stitch. This was £5 and the frame was originally a dark mahogany colour, but it didn't really go and I thought it was quite dark, so I took the picture out and I painted the frame. I think the frame came out quite nice in the finish, and it just really brightens her up. So there we go, that's a lovely little look at this area that I've sort of redesigned and just put so much personality into this one area. So I hope that inspires you to get some of your work up on the wall so that you can look at it every day, and everyone who comes into your home can also really appreciate everything.